Building and infrastructure development are some of the key indicators of a country's growth potential. Now, hosting INTERCEM, the International Cement Conference in Nairobi, is an indicator of Kenya's growth prospects.
There's a lot going on in Africa. It's one of the few regions that actually has real growth. And Kenya, within that context, is booming. You've got the Vision 2030 that Jonathan Ladumpwe was talking about this morning in one of the presentations. Infrastructure developments, all sorts of things going on here, particularly in Kenya. And therefore, it was obviously a place where we should come.
Construction of a superhighway which cost $330 million and increased investment in the real estate sector has positioned Kenya as an economic hub and gateway into the East African region.
The rate of growth of the East African economies, the GDP growth for all our countries, the population growth, rural-urban migration resulting in huge deficit for houses is a rosy story for the cement world. The market continues to grow at 12 to 13% per annum. So as much as we are fighting for market space with the existing volume of business, the growth is attractive enough to attract long-term investment.
I think if you see, most of the demand in the real estate sector is coming from lower to middle income houses. However, the developers who are using cement as a material to construct houses, it's very expensive again compared to if you get an imported cement. So yes, it is driving demand, but it's not like the opportunity which is already there. It cannot be fully tapped because of the higher cost of cement and the higher cost of housing as well. So most of the house development we are seeing is mainly on the high-end side of the sector.
International firms are also joining the cement manufacturing bandwagon, with several planning to set up plants in the region.
We're just opening our office here by end of July. We are very proud to be a part of the success story Kenya and the good track Kenya is on. And by having a conference here with so many international participants and delegates, everybody wants to be in East Africa and create good success stories for everybody.
Despite the budding potential this industry has across Africa, the cost of doing business is a challenge to many.
I think the key cost that all cement manufacturers go through is the cost of energy, which accounts for about 35 to 40% of their total cost of production, which kind of limits their margins going forward. And then the additional cost the company has to take them, because they cannot pass it to the final consumer, because there are many players who are competing for the same market to sell their cement.
Experts recommend manufacturers to seek innovative technologies and alternative, readily available and affordable power sources like coal or recyclable waste, which will help drive the cost of doing business down.
There is need for our local cement manufacturers to explore the use of alternative sources of fuel. Like now we have got a lot of municipal waste. Actually, countries like Egypt, they have taken a very good deal in using waste-derived fuel in the manufacture of cement, instead of relying on fossil fuels like coal, which we import. We have a lot of waste at Dandora, which is creating landfills. If our cement factories can use that waste, we have a lot of sugarcane waste in the sugar belt, the sugarcane trash, which can be used to generate energy. So our cement manufacturing plants need to explore those ideas to bring down their cost of production.
I think in terms of efficiency, that's what most manufacturers should be driving towards, and adoption of new technologies. That's also key in ensuring that costs are kept to the minimal. The other thing is some of the plants like clinker, which is a key component of cement, there's still a deficit in the Kenyan market. It's estimated at about 15 to 20% market deficit of the total clinker demand. What manufacturers are doing, they're importing clinker, which is between 30 to 40 to 45% more expensive than if the clinker is produced locally.
So what are some of the local farms doing to reduce their carbon footprint, environmental degradation and emissions?
We do not use fuel oil in our plant. We use coal for our dryer, but ours is a cement grinding station, and also as much as possible using motors that are tuned to the right rating so that your energy consumption, electricity consumption is as low per unit as can be, and being efficient. Being efficient means you avoid rework, you avoid waste, because at the end of the day all you want is to get cement out of the mill with the least energy consumption.
As the world looks to invest in Africa, the cement industry is inevitably one of the main beneficiaries countries will leverage on and should be nurtured in a way that it can meaningfully support and contribute to the GDP of African economies.